Okay. Part two, grammar conjunctions. So, when we talk about conjunctions, these are the words that I use to link the sentences together. So, let's have a look at this lesson. What do I mean by conjunctions? Conjunctions like words, as you all know, like these words. For example, for, and, nor, but, or, yet. So, these words are conjunctions or words that I can use to link sentences. كلمات بربط بيها الجمل. اوكي، لازم ممكن نحفظهم بشكل سهل قوي بالمنمونيك اللي قدامنا ده، اسمه fan boys. Fan, F for, A for and, N for nor, B for but, O for or, Y for yet, S for so. Okay, so these words I use them to link, normally connect two phrases together. Okay, that means that they normally come in the middle of sentences. I looked at, like, for example, I'll give you an example of that. I looked at the bottleneck issue. bottleneck issue طبعا يعني القضية بتاعتي هنا bottleneck. لما أقول على حاجة bottleneck يعني في غاية الأهمية يعني in the primary SQL database, but I couldn't fix it. So I had a problem, but what happened? I couldn't fix it. ما قدرتش أصلح. اوكي، ما قدرتش اتعامل معاها. اوكي، I have the word but اللي احنا شايفينها underlined with the red color here. This is a conjunction. With this conjunction is used in the middle of two sentences or two phrases to connect them together. It gives the meaning or the contradictory meaning, but, okay, on contradiction. Okay. Next, the cable is damaged. يعني الكيبل بايظ متدمر. So we're transmitting fewer packets than normal. Okay. So it means here, so I'm giving a reason why. A reason why we are transmitting fewer packets than normal. Why? Because the cable is damaged. Again, the word so or the conjunction so came in the middle of two phrases to give the reason for why we are transmitting fewer packets than normal. Why? Because the cable is damaged. Okay, so I have these words but and so and all of the others at the top, for and nor, but, or yet. So all of them, I use them as conjunctions in the middle of phrases. Why? To connect them. Okay, whether to give contrast or to add information with and, or to give negative with nor, or to ask for a choice with or. Okay, or yet something I haven't done it yet. Okay, or to give reason with so. Okay, but sometimes, if you want, you can start a sentence with a conjunction. So our lesson today is about how to start the sentence with a conjunction. Let's see how. If I say, for me, the bottleneck issue was too complicated, so I needed some help. If I started with for me, okay, here I started the sentence with that for me, the bottleneck issue was too complicated, so it means that's why I needed some help. Okay, Next example. So you can either, so I started the sentence again with the conjunction so. So what happens if I needed help? So you can either choose an interpreted language or you can choose a compiled language. طبعا انتوا فاكرين interpreted language و compiled اللي اتكلمنا عنها في reading, okay? So you can either choose an interpreted language or you can choose a compiled language. Okay, a result here. So you can do that, okay? When writing, you can even decide to keep your phrases as 2 sentences. I might try using the developer tools. Have a look at the sentence. I might try using the developer tools in a new browser. Full stop. Sentence finished. Or I might stick with the ones I already know. عملت هنا ايه؟ هنا عندي جملتين. لو نلاحظ ناخد بالنا في الجمل اللي فوق انا عندي 2 phrases مفصولين بكامة في النص لو ناخد بالنا. اوكي، لكن انا هنا في اخر جملة استخدمت جملتين. أول first one I might try using the developer tools in a new browser. Full stop. دي جملة كاملة. I might try using the developer tools in a new browser. Or اديني هنا اختيار أو إني أعمل إيه؟ I might stick with the ones I already know وده a new sentence or a phrase. okay. وبدأت الجملة التانية ب or اللي هي conjunction بس هنا فصلتهم. ليه؟ لما بعمل كده to give your phrases more strength. okay. طب ده في الرايتنج. طب في السبيكينج بعمل ايه؟ بعمل pause يعني بسكت شوية فاللي قدامي يفهم من السبيكر انه هنا ايه؟ ببدأ جملة جديدة. اوكي. So يبقى انا الconjunctions عندي يعني some words I use to connect or link two phrases together. I might use them in the middle. ممكن استخدمهم في النص. Or I might start my sentences using them in the beginning. Whether I can use it in the beginning with a comma in the middle between the 2 phrases, or I can use 2 separate sentences and I have the conjunction at the beginning of the second sentence. Okay? Okay. Before I start the second section or the second grammar, let me have a look at some exercises. Okay. Let's get back to our... Yes. Okay. Exercise. Select the correct conjunction to fit in each space. Note, there may be more than one correct answer. Okay. يبقى عندي ممكن هنا يبقى عندي اختيار واحد بس صحيح أو أكتر من اختيار. Okay. So let's select the correct conjunction. Question number 1. One of the most important advantages of compilers is that the source code is no longer needed after the executable file is built. مين فاكر هنا is built ايه بقى؟ ها مين فاكر؟ This protects the source code from unauthorized developers or hackers who may wish to tamper with and misuse it. What do you think? File is built. Okay. So this protects the source. What do you think? So is correct? Okay. shall I use something else or only so or it's not so? No, here I can use both conjunctions. You may say, so this protects the source code, or you can say, and this protects the source code. So both of the conjunctions are correct if you use any of them. Okay? Question number 2. The downside is that if any changes need to be made, the programmer needs the source files. ها فاكرين؟ What do you think? As a result, regular backups are highly recommended in these scenarios. So who can answer that? Which conjunction to use? Yet. طبعا أنا بستخدم yet في إيه؟ لما يكون عندي نفي أو interrogation على something. Okay, let's see. And طب نقرا الجملة تاني. The downside is that if any changes need to be made, the programmer needs the source files. And as a result, what do you think? صح ولا غلط؟ Regular backups are highly recommended. طيب في إجابة تانية؟ Let's see. هو قال لي هنا incorrect، يعني معناها ان ايه في conjunction تاني ممكن استخدمه. What do you think? Let's see. So again, so as a result, regular backups are highly recommended. Okay, يبقى both conjunctions and so ممكن استخدمهم والاتنين correct. Question number 3. A compiler will first read the entire source code and analyze it. This process may take some time. What do you think? So is correct, but and nor. ها نفكر شوية كده. عايزة أسمع الإجابة الصحيحة. What do you think؟ إيه هي الإجابة الصحيحة؟ Let's see. Okay, a compiler will first read the entire source code and analyze it. So this process may take some time. ولذلك البروسيس دي هتاخد some time. ممكن كمان استخدم and. A compiler will first read the entire source code and analyze it. And this process may take some time. Okay, so both conjunctions are correct. Question number 5. I wasn't able to resolve the timeouts issue. The problem continues to be disruptive. Disruptive is something like damaging، يعني شيء مدمر أو شيء مش. Okay. Okay, what do you think? إيه ال correct conjunction هنا؟ For, because, nor, after. What do you think? عندي هنا I wasn't able to resolve the timeouts issue. The problem continues to be disruptive. If I say because, what do you think? Because I wasn't able، ايه اللي حصل؟ The problem continues، فضلت زي ما هي ما اتحلتش. صح كده؟ Okay, طيب is that the only one? Yes, because. ما ينفعش اقول for I wasn't able، ما ينفعش اقول nor I wasn't able ولا after I wasn't able، لكن because السبب هنا because I wasn't able عشان ما كنتش قادر resolve the time issue، فضلت ايه؟ continues to be disruptive. Okay. Question number 5. The bottleneck issue has still not been resolved. طيب is there any immediate chance of a solution؟ يبقى ايه بقى؟ ينفع اقول before is there any، yet is there any، and nor. طب ليه انا اخترت هنا nor؟ the bottleneck issue has still not been resolved. يعني ما اتحلتش، عندي نفي هنا not been resolved. okay. nor ولا nor is there any immediate chance of solution. ولا كمان في أي حلول موجودة. يعني مفيش أي فرصة لأي حلول. اوكي، يبقى نور هنا بتيجي على نفي. اوكي، بتنفي، يعني لا في كده ولا في كده. question number 6. we ought to، وهنتعرض لسه ال ought to قدام، لسه module 3 هنتكلم عنها شوية زيادة. معناها ايه؟ يجب، ينبغي، we have to، يعني we ought to like we should try using the developer tools in a new browser. Okay, it could be beneficial. طيب ينفع or us ولا for us ولا so us ولا and us؟ طبعا واضحة جدا ان هي for us. okay, for us it could be beneficial. okay, well, exercise 2, select one of the conjunctions to make a logical sentence. يبقى عندي هنا ايه؟ هعمل selection ل conjunction. okay, ready، يلا بينا. question 1. me, it's a little more complicated. I don't have your expertise. So كلنا عرفناها أكيد، سهلة جدا. يبقى for me it's a little more complicated. بالنسبة لي الموضوع complicated. Okay, question 2. Do we expect a result soon? ها، ايه الإجابة الصحيحة؟ نفكر شوية. But do we expect? What do you think? أيوة صح كده، برافو عليكم. But do we expect a result soon؟ يعني وهل نحن لسه we are expecting، يعني احنا متوقعين result soon، النتيجة. question 3. That's not how we are going to solve the problem. افتكروا الإجابة هتبقى and that's not how we are going to solve the problem. طب تفتكروا ايه الإجابة؟ but yes، صح، برافو عليكم. but that's not how، لكن that's not how we are going to solve it. لكن مش هو ده ازاي احنا هنحل، احنا مش هنحل كده. okay. question number 4. we could resort to plan B. هنلجأ لplan B. okay. so we could resort to، لا مش صح. so or we could resort to plan B. يعني we could do plan A or we could resort، يبقى في عندي choice هنا، إذا هنعمل دي أو هنعمل دي أو. okay. question 5. anyway, we're still waiting for the interpreted code. Anyway, we're still waiting for the interpreted code. What do you think? and أيوة. and anyway، على أي حال we're still waiting for the interpreted code. okay. question 6. that's our only option. okay. and that's our only option. What do you think? No. so that's our only option. okay. So this is the end of section 1, grammar, starting a sentence with a conjunction. النهاردة شفنا بعض الconjunctions اللي أقدر أستخدمها في نص الجملة واللي أقدر أبدأ بيها الجملة كمان، وعرفنا معناهم and so but or yet nor. okay. دي بعض الconjunctions اللي استخدمناها في أول وفي وسط الجملة. okay. section 2 we will have a look at section 2. This is inversion. This is what inversion. What is the meaning of inversion? Let's see. What do I mean by inversion? Okay. Well, inversion means الإبدال أو البدل. You know, of course, how to invert, why to invert. Let's see. Okay, what's inversion? When does it happen? Inversion happens when we reverse the typical word order or a sentence. لما نبدل الترتيب الجملة الأصلي ده الانversion. Okay. Normally the order of the subject and the auxiliary verb يبقى النورمال order بتاع الجملة بتاعتي إنه I start with the subject then the auxiliary verb. auxiliary verb اللي هو الفعل المساعد بتاعي. اوكي. طيب امتى بعمل الانفرجن دوت؟ الانفرجن ده عندي هنا في 3 cases different types of inversion. 3 اشكال من الانفرجن ولازم نركز فيهم كويس قوي لانه at the end it will be a little bit confusing. فخلينا نركز على كل type منهم بشكل بسيط. Number 1 اللي هو ال question word order. احنا عارفين انه احنا when we make a question لما نيجي نكون سؤال بنعمل inversion من ال statement بحول ل question زي كده where the auxiliary or modal verb jumps ahead of the subject. يبقى بعمل ايه؟ ببدأ بال auxiliary and then the subject like this. I am a software engineer. This is a statement. It starts with the subject I and then the auxiliary am. طبعا am دي اللي هو verb to be. Okay. I am a software engineer. This is a statement. How to make a question? You all know to make a question. I start with the auxiliary are. Are you? طبعا الجملة لما بتبدأ ب I am وعايزة أعملها question ببدل على طول وبعمل are you. Are you a software engineer? This is a question inverted into a question. يبقى دي أول كيس. أول كيس عندي بعمل inversion ليه؟ لما أجي أعمل ال question. أوكي؟ طيب أوكي. Can you طبعا الجملة عندي I can log on to the network. It becomes can you log on to the network. عملت inversion إن أنا عملت بدأت I started the question with can and then I have the subject you. Can you log on to the network? Again, this is a question. Okay, يبقى first case inversion is making questions. طيب case 2 أو second case الحالة التانية من الانفرجن إيه هي؟ when أنا بستخدمها ليه؟ للأسباب الآتية. to add emphasis عشان لغرض التأكيد لما أبقى عايزة أكد على حاجة or to express annoyance أبقى متضايق من حاجة معينة أعبر عن ضيق أو غضب or to highlight an issue بركز على بسلط الضوء على issue معينة. اوكي طيب بستخدمها ازاي؟ with expressions beginning with not. يبقى انا بستخدمها لما اكون بستخدم expressions بتبدأ ب not like what such as. ايه بقى؟ اول حاجة not for one moment. يبقى لما ابدأ بالاكسبريشن ده اسمه ايه؟ not for one moment. معناه ايه not for one moment؟ ولا لدقيقة ولا للحظة واحدة. okay let's have a look. second expression يبقى first expression not for one moment. second expression not only but also. ودول two phrases بستخدمهم في الجملة. طيب whenever I see these expressions أعرف إن أنا هعمل inversion، هعمل إبدال. okay هبدل. طب let's see how to use them. okay subject and auxiliary verb are inverted, often not plus the initial clause. let's see. They didn't think to report the API failure rates. الجملة عادية عندي. they subject didn't think is the verb. طبعا الverb negative عندي هنا في الباست. didn't think to report. اوكي هتبقى ازاي الجملة دي؟ not for one moment. بدأت بالاكسبريشن بتاعي not for one moment اعرف اني هبدل على طول، هعمل inversion في الجملة. الانفرجن قلنا بيبقى ما بين ايه وايه؟ السبجكت والايه؟ السبجكت they and then I have the auxiliary did. Did they think not for one moment؟ هنا نفتها هي منفية، هو negative expression أصلا. not for one moment did they. لما جبت not for one moment طبعا هنا followed by ايه؟ بعدها على طول did. بدأت ب did وما قلتش didn't. خلاص مفيش didn't. ليه؟ لأن هي already not for one moment is negative. ما ينفعش أحط negative. يبقى not for one moment did they think to report the API failure rates. يعني ما فكروش للحظة حتى ان هم يريبورت اللي حصل. اوكي انا عندي هنا ايه؟ it expresses ايه؟ annoyance، ضجر او ضيق. اوكي يبقى دي حالة من حالات الانفرجن، بعمل inversion. اوكي second example. The issue happens when the player moves up a level and during scene changes. طب استخدم ايه عشان اعمل inversion هنا؟ not only. يبقى دي الحالة التانية في السكند case. not only does. جت منين does؟ have a look. طيب نبص للجملة الأصلية. this issue happens underline happens ده الverb عندي، والhappens there is s في الverb. okay when there is s in the verb this means the present simple third form singular. يبقى ال s هنا does will represent that. okay يبقى whenever I see s in the verb here I will use does. does the issue happen؟ طبعا برجع الفيرب هنا happen without s. ليه؟ لأن استخدمت does. خلاص again نقول تاني كده. not only does the issue happen when the player moves up a level, comma, but it also happens during scene changes. عملت ايه في الجملة التانية؟ اوكي رجعت كتبت but. طبعا of course زودت من عندي هنا it but also. انا عارفة ان الجزء التاني اسمه but also. لازم استخدم السبجكت بتاعي اللي هو it but it also and then the verb happens. اوكي عشان اعمل يبقى الجملة بتاعت not only but also it needs two phrases, two subjects, two verbs. يبقى first one not only does the issue happens when the player moves up a level but it also happens. but it also happens during scene changes. يبقى الانفرجن جه عندي في الجزء الأولاني. اوكي اهي in this example we only invert the first clause زي ما احنا شايفين does the issue. اوكي عندي برضو لما بستخدم no sooner وزي ما احنا شايفينها negative no sooner than دي بستخدم فيها inversion. يبقى أول حاجة not for one moment دي أول واحدة not only but also. تالت حاجة عندي no sooner than وده كله في الكيس التانية. Let's have a look at that. It says inversion can also happen when we use negative adverb or adverbial phrases at the beginning of the sentence, like no sooner. Okay, let's see how can I use it. No sooner had we. Okay, لو أنا هكتب الجملة بدون no sooner طبعا I'll start the sentence with the subject we. We had thought the problem was fixed. صح كده؟ لكن لما استخدمت no sooner in the beginning ودي بتستخدم negative adverb في بداية الجملة لازم أعمل الانفرجن ده ببدأ بالauxiliary اللي هو had we thought the problem was fixed then we started. يبقى الانفرجن first one ولا second one؟ first one. Okay. Then we started experiencing problems with the threading model. Okay. Another expression it says وطبعا ده adverbial phrase ده اسمه adverbial phrase in no way. In no way ببدأ برضو لما أبدأ الجملة بتاعتي في الexpression دوت اللي هو in no way لازم أعمل inversion ما بين الauxiliary والsubject زي ما احنا شايفين do I started the sentence with do اللي هو الauxiliary والsubject I. Do I agree with what you're saying? In no way do I agree with what you're saying. يعني أنا مش موافقك على أي حال من الأحوال. أوكي؟ برضو عندي under no circumstances يعني تحت أي ظرف من الظروف should new software be released. Again, let's have a look at should auxiliary بدأت بيه الجملة الأول طبعا هو الموديل verb. أوكي بدأت بيه الجملة and then new software the subject. New software be released before being tested. How many expressions عندي كم expression استخدمته وجبت بعده الانفرجن. يلا نرجع مع بعض. Let's revise. Number 1 not for one moment. Number 2 not only but also. Number 3 no sooner than. Number 4 in no way. Number 5 under no circumstances. These are 5 expressions when I start the sentence with I have to invert the coming phrase. Okay, inversion with the auxiliary and the subject. Okay, case number 3. after a negative clause. يبقى بعمل inversion ازاي في الكيس نمبر 3 او الحالة الثالثة؟ after negative clause. زي ايه؟ neither or nor. Let's see. He didn't fix the bugs nor did he even try. اوكي عندي هنا ايه؟ عندي نور ونور بتيجي لو احنا فاكرين في الليسننج حتى واحنا بنحل لما جه عندي كلمة نور in the middle كده كان قبلها في ايه؟ كان قبلها في نيجاتيف زي الجملة دي كده بالظبط. He didn't fix the bugs. نيجاتيف. negative sentence in the past. He didn't ما صلحش الباجز. He didn't fix the bugs nor ولا حتى nor. طيب لما بشوف nor هنا في in the middle يعني أو في السكند phrase بعمل إيه؟ بعمل inversion. Did he even try؟ ولا حتى حاول. أوكي؟ neither. بدأت neither. يبقى المرة دي، وعلى فكرة البرونسيشن بتاع neither some dialects say neither, some other dialects say neither, و both of them are correct. It depends on where they are saying this, British or American or whatever dialects, okay? So neither did he fix the bugs nor did he even try. لا هو صلحها ولا هو حتى حاول انه يصلحها. يبقى استخدمت ايه في الجملة التانية؟ neither nor، الاتنين وبعدهم الاتنين. neither did he. طبعا في الجملة الأولانية he didn't fix استبدلتها بneither، ولما استخدم neither هي نفي في حد ذاتها، ما بجيبش بعدها not، يبقى بقول neither did he. بدأت طبعا بالauxiliary did and then the subject he. neither did he fix the bugs nor ولا حتى did he even try ولا حتى جرب. يبقى أنا عندي هنا الانفرجن في first part والsecond part. أوكي؟ We can also invert conditionals. نيجي لغاية الconditionals وكمان احنا ممكن نعمل inversion مع الconditionals. ايه هم الconditionals؟ اللي هي الجمل الشرطية اللي بتيجي مع if. If I were you, I would add a lantern to help maintain coding standards. لو أنا كنت مكانك كنت عملت إيه؟ add a lantern. I would add a lantern to help maintain coding standards. طيب تتحول إزاي؟ Where are you? واو، عملت إيه؟ I omitted if. شلت if خالص، حطيت بدلها ايه؟ بدأت عندي هنا subject وال auxiliary were اللي هو verb to be in the past. بدأت بيه الجملة where are you. اوكي، where are you وكملت الجملة عادي مفيش فيها أي تغيير. يبقى التغيير أو الانفرجن في first part of the sentence only when I see if. So whenever you see if here, so you omit it and then you start with the auxiliary where and then the subject. Okay, and the second part, no change. Okay, another sentence. If you should finish the integration today, let me know. Again, if. So how can I invert? Like this. Should you? Started with should and then you. Should you finish the integration today? Let me know. Nothing, no change in the second part. No change, just omitted if, cancelled, and then you invert subject with the auxiliary. Okay, if we had chosen a dynamically typed language for this project, it would have been finished sooner. So how can I invert this? Had we chosen, and the rest of the sentence, no change. Okay, I hope it was easy to you to understand this. So let me check your understanding and answer a few exercises. So let's get back here. And exercise 1. Select all correct answer options to complete each sentence. No, there may be more than one correct answer. ممكن يبقى عندي أكتر من إجابة صحيحة. So, number 1. Did they think that was the end of the issue? What do you think? Not for one moment did they think, ولا no sooner had, ولا not only did, ولا nor did. What do you think الإجابة الصحيحة؟ ولا under no circumstances؟ لا، let's see. Maybe we can choose not for one moment لأن أنا طبعا عندي هنا as you can see did they دي inverted لأنه بدأ بالauxiliary وبعد كده السبجكت they. Let's try this one not for one moment. Well, let's again. Okay, let's take this one only and see what is the answer. This is correct, but here it shows that there is more than one answer. So let me ask, show correct. Oh, so we can use not for one moment, we can use in no way, we can use under no circumstances. كل التلاتة expressions دول أقدر أستعملهم هنا since إن أنا I have did they think عندي inversion. طب طبعا ما أقدرش أستخدم no sooner had لأن مفيش than في الجملة. Not only did عشان مفيش عندي but also. nor did لأنه ولا عندي neither ما عنديش النيجاتيف. اوكي لكن التلاتة positives or affirmatives دول أنا أقدر أستخدمهم. Question number 2. Do I agree with their decision? Do I agree with their decision? عندي inversion ولا لأ؟ عندي inversion. بدأت بالauxiliary do and then the subject. طيب إيه الإجابة الصحيحة تفتكروا؟ أقول not only did do I agree ولا not for one moment ولا nor did I ولا in no way ولا under no circumstances. What do you think? Let's try. Let's try under no circumstances. Let's try in no way. Let's try not for one moment and see. Wow, very good. You got it. I heard you. Is that you said the correct answer. So with all of these, I can use any one of them. Very good. Question number 3. Can we meet this deadline? إيه الإجابة الصحيحة؟ طبعا عندي هنا inversion can and then the subject we. Can I use no sooner? What do you think? أنا مش هقرا. انتوا شايفين الإجابات قدامكم تفتكروا نختار إيه؟ أيوة أنا سامعة بعض منكم بيقول صح. You are saying correct. Let's see. Okay, let's try not for one moment. Let's try under no circumstances. Let's try in no way. Anything else? Let's see. Correct. Very good. Question number 4. They reversed the changes to the connection tool size, then the situation started to improve. Uh-oh, I have here question number 4. It says they reversed the changes to the connection tool size. Then I have here then the situation started to improve. So what do you think? What shall I choose? No sooner had or in no way ولا nor did ولا what do you think the correct answer? Okay, since I have the word than in the middle of the sentence as you can see, I will choose no sooner had they reversed the changes. Let's submit this and see. Excellent. يبقى whenever I see than زي ما انتوا شايفين كده اختار no sooner had they. Next question 5. they fail to report the issue but they also فاكرين but also يبقى على طول اختار ايه not only did. Excellent, very good. Okay, question number 6. They didn't come up with any ideas. Second part, they offer much support. Okay, يلا نفكر مع بعض دي أنهي case. طيب نشوف first part. They didn't come negative. جملة negative up with any ideas. طيب يبقى second part هنا they offer much support. What do you think? سمع بعض منكم بيقولها صح؟ خلينا نجرب. Nor did they. صح ولا غلط؟ Excellent، برافو عليك. ويبقى احنا عندنا هنا لما ابدأ الجملة بالنيجاتيف they didn't come up with any ideas nor ولا حتى did they offer much support ولا حتى عرضوا علينا أي support. Okay, exercise 2 هنعمل ايه هنا؟ select the correct alternative version to make an inverted conditional sentence. يبقى خلينا هنا نختار alternative version to make inverted conditional sentence. If you were to ask for help, I would certainly offer my time and experience. نقول الجملة تاني ونركز عشان هنختار. If you were to ask for help, لو هتسأل على أي مساعدة, I would certainly offer my time and experience. يلا نختار كده جملة تيجي بنفس المعنى. Were I to certainly offer my time and experience if you asked for help, ولا were you to ask for help, I would certainly offer my time and experience, ولا were you to certainly ask for help, I would offer my time and experience, ولا were you to experience my help. What do you think? What do you think? What is the right answer? Excellent، برافو عليكم. Of course احنا هنا قلنا if you were بنشيل if ونبدل الكلمتين were you. Okay, excellent. Next question 2. نبص كويس على الجملة. If you had finished the integration yesterday, we could have proceeded. If you had finished, نعمل ايه؟ Select the correct answer. Had we finished the integration yesterday? First one, second. أنا عايزاكم كده تختاروا وعايزة أسمع الإجابة الصحيحة عشان أسيب لكم ثانيتين كده نفكر. What do you think? أنا سامعة ناس بتقول الإجابة دي. Let's see whether it's correct or not. It's not correct. So أنا عندي جملة بتقول if you had finished. if you هتبقى إيه؟ if you had هتبقى had you not we. ناخد بالنا تاني هتبقى had you ما نقولش had we. Okay. Question 3. If you decide to use a dynamically typed language for this project, you might find we finish sooner. Okay. What do you think? Hmm. It's not correct. So, what is the correct answer? Yes. If you decide will cancel if and should you decide. Okay. Question 4. If you decide to continue, you may want to use the new software. If you decide to continue, okay. So where is the correct answer? Very good. If you decide to continue, you may want to use the new software. So it will be should you decide to continue, you may want. يبقى احنا متفقين ان السكند بارت ما بغيرش فيه حاجة خالص، التغيير بيبقى في أول بارت. Cancel if and you decide to continue, it will be should you decide to continue. Question 5. If you had added Lancer coding standards could have been maintained. If you had. Very good. برافو عليكم. ما عملتش حاجة غير إني كنسلت if and then I changed subject and auxiliary. Question 5. If we had been informed of the deadline sooner, we could have expanded the team and been more productive. Okay? If we had هتبقى إيه؟ Very good. Excellent. Okay. This is the inversion lesson, section 2. Section 4 is the last grammar lesson. Let's have a look at this. This is model verb suggest and advise. Suggest and advise. Here I'm going to give a suggestion يعني هقترح and advice يعني هدي نصيحة. طيب بنستخدم ايه to make a suggestion and advice. Let's share the screen again and see how do we make a suggestion and advice. Okay. We often use modal verbs as O2, which is really similar to should, okay? But sounds a little more formal. يبقى here I will use O2, okay? O2 is as the same as should, but O2 is more formal. يعني أنا ممكن أستخدمها بشكل رسمي أكتر. Okay. Again, I can say that if we want to avoid spoofed packets, we ought to enable client hardware address checks. Okay. So here, what am I doing here? ought to means should يعني يجب أن. أنا بدي هنا نصيحة. If we want to avoid spoof packets نعمل إيه؟ We ought to يعني we should enable client hardware address checks. نخلي الكلاينتس نفسهم هاردوير، الهاردوير بتاع الكلاينتس address checks. Okay, here it's, as you can see, O2 plus infinitive form. O2 enable. Can I say O2 enables or enabled? No. O2 should be followed by the verb in the base form or in infinitive form. O2 enable, as you can see. Okay, we are giving advice. يبقى احنا هنا بندي ايه؟ advice، بننصح about how to avoid a potentially difficult problem. Okay, this comprehensive procedure ought to have been introduced already. In my opinion, the default configuration situation is now urgent. Wow. Okay. What is O2? Here, O2 is followed by have been introduced. Okay, so present perfect passive. Present perfect have been introduced. Passive, of course. So this comprehensive procedure ought to have been introduced already. أنا بعبر عن إيه هنا؟ زي ما إحنا شايفين كده. In this sentence we are expressing the opinion. أنا بقول رأيي هنا. Okay, that sometimes something has been necessary for some time. إنه كان لازم، كان من الضروري إني أعمل كده. And should have been done already. كان لازم أعمل كده من البداية. Comprehensive procedure. كان لازم يبقى فيه procedure comprehensive. ought to have been introduced من البداية. Okay. دلوقتي ما بقاش فيه غير قدامي اني اعمل انه ال default configuration situation is now urgent. بقى لازم اعمل كده. اوكي. طيب اعمل، يبقى this is that was the advice. انا اتكلمت على الادفايس هنا ازاي اقدر اعملها ب ought to، يا اما it should be followed by a verb in the base form. اوكي. أو إني ممكن أستخدمها ought to followed by passive present perfect or something like that. No problems, it doesn't matter. Okay. Here I will just have a look at how to make a professional suggestion. Suggest is the verb. Okay. We ought to have a VLAN based configuration in our network. Okay, here I am suggesting is that we have to, okay, we ought to have, we should have a VLAN based configuration in our network. We're offering here, okay, suggesting or offering an advice on what we consider to be the right course of action in order to resolve an issue. Okay. With that said, with the ought to or should to give a suggestion or an advice, let's have a look at our few exercises. Okay, so section 4, model verbs, suggest and advise. Well, exercise 1. Select all the correct model verbs to complete each sentence. Hint, more than one answer may be possible, so ممكن يكون أكتر من إجابة صحيحة. We be able to maintain coding standards with the use of a linter. We ought to be able, or we must be able, or we should be able. What do you think is the right answer? Let's try this one and see whether correct or not. Okay, it says that we can use ought to, but we can use something else. What's that? Yes, should. We should be able to maintain coding standards with the use of a letter. اوكي انا ليه هنا ما استخدمتش must بس استخدمت ought و should اللي هم similar في الاستخدام، لانه انا ought to و should بستخدمهم ل giving advice or suggestion. Question 2. The incident have been reported. The rules are in place for a good reason. Again, let's try O2 and let's see the right answer. Again, it says that the O2 is correct, but we can use should. The incident should have been reported, or the incident ought to have been reported. وطبعا زي ما احنا شفنا قبل كده have been reported passive form، طبعا present perfect. Okay, next question 3. There be an easier way of solving the problem. This just seems very complicated. What's the answer? Let's try O2 and let's see. Again, it says that O2 is correct, but we can use all of them. There ought to be an easier way of solving the problem. This just seems very complicated. الموضوع ده معقد جدا. Okay. Should is as the same as ought to, but this time I can use must. There must be an easier way. ليه بستخدم must هنا؟ لأنه must هنا بتعبر أكتر عن إن هي مش نصيحة، بس أنا كان لازم من البداية هنا إن أنا لازم أستخدم there must be an easier way. أكيد كان في طريقة أسهل من كده في حل المشكلة. Okay. Question number 4. Regular backups be done in order to avoid data loss. So, what is the answer? Should be done. Hey, this is should is correct, but we have another yes. All of them are correct. Regular backups ought to be done in order to avoid data loss, or must be done, or should be done. Question number 5. We have paid more attention to the deadline. This is our responsibility. What do you think is the correct answer? Can we say we must have paid more attention to the deadline? This is our responsibility. It's incorrect. See, but the correct answer is going to be we should have paid more attention to the deadline. This is our responsibility. It doesn't show, do you think that this shows a suggestion if بتقترح حاجة? No. But here it's like an advice. We should have paid more attention. Okay. Number 6. The seriousness of this issue really have been given priority. Let's choose must and let's see. Incorrect. So what is the correct answer? The seriousness of this issue really ought to have been given priority. كان يجب أو كان لازم إن هي تاخد priority أو الأهمية. Okay, so this is how can you use the modal verbs to give advice or to make a suggestion. And that's all for today's grammar. So 3 grammar sections have been covered in part 2, module 3. I hope module 3 was as easy as the previous modules, and the remaining will be 3 more modules, 4, 5, and 6. And I hope the coming will be as easy as these modules. We hope to see you next time. Thank you so much. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.